So, baby, Dave on the beat. But of course. What's up, world, man? Culture Over Corporate TV. Back live again. Me and my brother Rick here to give y'all another Prince of the Town, man. Like another, man, great of the area.
Sir.
Mawty Maw, man.
Yes, sir.
What's
Yes,
up
sir.
on the
Mawty
keys,
Maw.
man?
Mawty Maw.
Appreciate y'all having me on, man. For sure.
Mawty Maw, man. Like, my bruh Hollywood sent me the link and was like, man, we got to interview this brother, man. Like, he's a great talent. I went to the page and I seen everything he was doing. I was like, yeah, we got to get him on, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate y'all having me for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. You know what I mean?
It's
Playing
a
the
pleasure.
piano.
It's a
Both my
pleasure,
parents musicians, you know what I'm saying? My father played the drums at Howard. My mother played all brass instruments or whatever. So it's like, I feel as though like musicians, they have a different, musicians and artists, period, they have a whole like another way of understanding. You feel what I'm saying? It's like communication is better for artists. Communication is better for a musician because they're the ones that actually translate feeling to the people. You know what I'm saying? And actually control feeling. You know what I'm saying? So talk about like how your journey and getting into like the piano, yeah?
Well, it's crazy because like my parents both, they both were in the music business as well, but my mom was more so on like the production side of things, like TV wise, like she worked on shows like this for BET for years. Before I was born, she worked at BET and she did a show called Real Business. She's worked with like alongside Donnie Simpson, a lot of people in the area who were doing their thing at BET at the time, and she's a writer, so she's a journalist. So her thing has always been words, and my father is a pianist. He's one of the best pianists in the world, to be honest. Like, people think I'm nice, but Marcus Roberts, if y'all ever want to check him out, man, like, he's the realest. He's one of the realest. So between the two, like, you know, my pops was always on the road and stuff, but my mom always loved the piano because, you know, even when she was like my age, she bought a grand piano before she even bought her first car type shit. So the piano was always just around, and I think when I was a baby, they said I always gravitated towards music, period. So it was kind of like a thing that just was around and in the house, and that's when I started playing. When I was like 4 years old, like I started taking lessons and stuff like that. So that was my introduction to music, period. You know.
Did you get taught by your father, or did you ask for lessons, or they said, you know what, let's put him in something constructive?
Yeah, it was more so my mom that really wanted me to do it. She wanted me to learn a language and wanted me to play an instrument. So I went to school in French. That was my dad's decision. And my mom wanted me to learn the piano. My dad wasn't too crazy. You know how some parents, they don't want to feel like they're forcing their kid to take after their footsteps and shit like that. So he more so was just trying to make sure I learned French. So I was like, you know what I'm saying, just used to learning something outside of the norm. And my brain just was trained that way. So his thing was the language, and my mom wanted me to learn the piano for real. And I gravitated towards it, though, so it wasn't like I was forced. You know what I'm saying? But they put emphasis on that stuff over, like, sports and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was, like, how I got into music and started crafting those skills for real.
Damn, from 4 years old.
Yeah, they say, well, that was my first lesson, so
Okay.
I see pictures before I was 4, like, on the piano. I could probably show y'all joints, like my wallpaper type stuff. So, yeah, that's my joint right here, bro. Like, as a youngin'.
Definitely.
So I don't even think I was 4 years old right there, bro. But that was
So you like the Mayweather of the pianist. You know what I'm saying?
Type shit.
Real. Nah, facts. You know what I'm saying? Straight from here. Where you from again?
From PG County. I grew up in Greenbelt.
Okay.
And we moved to Bowie when I was like in right before high school for real. So.
Like growing up there, I mean, you know, like the street elements always around in school and whatever. What happened to like you know, being exposed to that a little bit, being even in Bowie, even though it's like a nice suburban area, I know it's still like street element out there, even in Bowie. I know they got their rough spots. You know what I'm saying? Nah, definitely. You know what I mean? So it's like growing up, being like around that, being in the culture or whatever. What high school you go to again?
I went to DeMatha in Hyattsville.
That's what I'm saying. Growing up with all that, what led you, like, what kept you stuck on that path for like positivity and like staying down, like, on your craft till you come up, you know what I'm saying, and kept you away from the negativity?
Family, man. Like, family, my family real big on sticking together and unity and stuff. So I was always, like, we were always, like, my grandmother, she always said the devil can find you anywhere. So at the end of the day, you know, unity is what's gonna always protect us. Cause when one might be slipping, that's when we check one another. Like I was blessed to have, you know, I'm an only child, but I got so many cousins that's like around my age. So if I was ever like on some like, I don't know, like I'm cool being by myself, but I could always dip off and go kick it with them and not feel like I gotta chase the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Cause ain't nobody gonna love you like your family. Sometimes your family don't even love you for real, but we was blessed to have a real strong family. So I feel like that's what kept me on the right path. Like, then I would say just a true love for the craft. Like having that true love for music, I feel like kept me real focused on what I know my goal is. And that's to strive and get to where I need to be so I can, you know what I'm saying, inspire people through my music. And that keeps me focused, and I'm not like in the popularity contest. You know what I'm saying? So I don't find myself trying to like hang with crowds or do no click hopping, as they say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not with the click hopping.
Growing up, did you get into any like bands and stuff like that?
Yeah. So I played like third grade was my first experience playing in a band, and I was kind of put out my comfort zone having to play something like the clarinet. I didn't want to play the clarinet. I wanted to play the saxophone and shit, but only thing I could play at the time was the clarinet because they already had like enough saxophone players. And in school, I was known as somewhat of a class clown type vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like I was really, you know, I was the only child, so that was where I got the vibe with people who were like my age and everything. So if you went to school with me, you remember. But for the most part, you know, playing in the band was it was a bit of a struggle because I wasn't playing the instrument I wanted to play. You know what I'm saying?
So I remember myself, I was in a band too when I was young, and I used to play trumpet. But I can't even say that I played trumpet because, you know, being a musician, it's a discipline. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like a sport. You know what I mean? And the sport involves like fundamentals. So the fundamentals of music is like music theory. Fundamentals means like understanding. Yeah. And the music theory is like, it's like how to write, you know what I mean, or how to process the information, or what is it defines what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I could never really like learn how to read music, you know what I'm saying? I was on some what's the movie Nick Cannon was in? Drumline. I was like him, bro. I was, man, coming up with everything, man. Hey, look, people used to be playing, and I used to be faking like I was playing, just blowing, just because I couldn't read the music, bro.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So, like, reading music, bro, how was that for you? I know you say you learned French a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But how was, like, learning music theory? How was that?
Right. Well, reading music has always been something, you know, I can read music. Like, that's one thing I'll say the clarinet did make me have to, you know what I'm saying, learn how to read the music on the staff as I'm playing. Yeah. But the piano was something, it was a challenge. It's like my last piano teacher I ever had outside of my father, of course, because that's different. But my last teacher, she kicked me out of the class, and she sent me home because I refused to look at the sheet. You know what I'm saying? I could just look at her hands. Every teacher will always tell my mom, like, you got something with this one. Like, he watches my hands, and then he just, you know what I'm saying, starts, like, emulating what I'm doing.
That's crazy,
and I can't
bro.
get him to focus on the music, so I love Drumline. That's one of my favorite joints. It's crazy you say that joint, bro.
Yeah,
like,
because, like,
I realized, like, I really, like, related to that. Like, that shit was crazy, bro. Like, I damn near felt like I was watching my story, bro, like, in another way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I really learned a lot faster by ear, bro. Like, and looking at the music just confuses me, bro. Like, but I can read the notation. Like, I know the notation and all that.
I mean, and people learn in different ways too. People visual learners, you know what I'm saying? So that's probably why you picked that up so good, and your teacher probably wasn't understanding that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, and figure out a way how she could show you. You know what I'm saying? While she was playing,
because I was classically trained, so it was like they real strict with, you know, like the way they do things, and I was young, bro. So
that made me think of like an invention, right? And if y'all want to make money off this BIM, but this how my mind work. You know what I mean? Teaching music theory based on just the simple movements. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real.
A would be the actual movement, so if they memorizing it like that instead of looking at the notes, some people can learn like that. You know what I mean? Y'all go ahead and make $1 million off of it. Woody wop, do whatever y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? I got 1 million of those. You know what I mean? I got 1 million of those.
It's crazy you say that because I got like a small group of youngins that, you know, I know however, you know, I met them, but their parents asked me to teach them basic piano and stuff. And my thing is like I'm not trying to force one way of knowledge like on somebody who clearly learns a whole nother way. Like you just said, bro, everybody learn different ways. And I got this one young and he's a lot like myself, like meaning like he can hear something and look at something and then emulate it. Yeah, so my thing is, I'm like, I asked them, what is it that y'all really want out of it? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not trying to be like a classical pianist, if you just trying to learn how to make beats, I'm not gonna teach you like, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's trying to play the next Bach or Beethoven or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not trying to learn those type of compositions. You trying to learn how you can express what you feel. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole nother way of thinking, bro. And like if you can tap into that, I feel as though you should, as opposed to learning things the way society or whatever, like, you know, however they say you should. Yeah. Because then you don't even get to learn how to express yourself with the tools that you gaining. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Exactly. So I feel that.
So should I ask you, bro, like, which came first? So I know that you are a rapper too. Mm-hmm. You rap. Right. So what came first? Was it playing the piano or was it you being a rapper?
Nah, so I've been playing the piano since I was young. So it was like, that's how I feel like that's how I fell in love with music. And as you grow older, you know how like you just grow up, you start feeling different.
Start finding yourself.
Finding yourself. And when I was in 8th grade, that's when I started like wanting to rap. For whatever reason, I remember we was sitting at lunch, and you know how it go. You know what I'm saying? You might be trying to impress the youngins. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, I'm writing shit on my notepad, and I start rapping that shit like at lunch. And when I noticed that people started gravitating towards it, this 8th grade, bro, I didn't even know you could really do this shit. Like, I didn't even know you could go buy a studio, you know what I'm saying, buy studio equipment and record a song and put it on that piff. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know you could do that. Yeah. And so when I started rapping, my teacher started seeing me. So they would, you know, like I said, I was a bit of a class clown. They would try to use that as a way to kind of like work with me. Like, look, bro, if you just shut up and learn this shit, like at the end of the class, I'm going to let you flow in front of everybody. So I look forward to that. And it kind of helped me. It just goes to show you, like, you know, you don't gotta force kids, bro. Like you gotta learn how to work with them, man. Like, and that's why I really shout out to Mr. Mills, man. Mr. Mills, he always gave me that opportunity to share that talent at the end of class, and it made me wanna, you know what I'm saying, focus on, you know, get do what you gotta do so you can do what you wanna do.
Yeah, he found a way to pique your interest.
Exactly, and so that's how I started like falling in love with rap, and then I transitioned to high school. I started meeting people who was doing it on a higher level than I was. And essentially, I started, you know, getting my own studio equipment and learning how to record myself. So I started, you know, I first started rapping on my iPhone, just getting beats and stuff, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube, and rapping on the audio memo.
Okay.
On the audio memo. Just play the beat on the speaker and then rap over that joint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I sent my my first freestyle to one of my homies at school. And I came to school the next day and everybody heard. It's at the Mather, so it's not like I'm at like a regular school. You got like all kind of like D1 athletes. You know what I'm saying? Like all kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like people who really doing their thing in they craft. And my stuff started circulating. I started building a little bit of a buzz. And before you knew it, I had a fan base that, you know, a small, very, you know, everything count, bro. You got 5 fans, bro, and you could turn that to 10. So I started with a fan base at my school, and it spread it throughout the whole WCAC. So at that point, I felt like I could do anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how I started rapping for real.
That's lit. That's real lit.
That's what's up. When I hear that, it's like it's reflective of my story and so many other people's stories. Like being in high school, rapping, having the cafeteria lit. You know what I'm saying? Right quick. You know what I'm saying? And you know, got having as much recognition as like the football guys, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, for real, in the school, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's how it was for me, for real, you know what I mean? Like, when I started, you know what I mean?
The athletes in the school always be showing love, you know what I'm saying? And they recognize talent, too.
Nah, for real.
You know what I mean? So
athletes always been my outlet, I feel like, in terms of just how I always made, like, I didn't have to follow the status quo or, like, you know what I'm saying? What most people feel like they got to do to comply to build a fan base. Like, I didn't feel like I had to rap about street stuff. I could rap about whatever I wanted to rap about, and because I had that genuine, authentic bond with the athletes, they was like an outlet, because they had the fan base, or they had the reach to put something on social media or whatever the case may be, play something in the car, and they had that influence at a young age. Yeah. So when you young like that, it's like you don't even have all these preconceived, like, I don't know, like sometimes it be mental blocks that prevent people from wanting to give it a chance before the world rock with it. But you know, at the school, at the Martha, it was like it was a brotherhood. So it was a blessing to be able to go there, even though I wanted to hoop. That didn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I found the passion of rap.
It's crazy. Everybody, I was playing football and wanting to go to Demantha and used to have practice at like with this program called JPD, Junior Player Development. It was like by Adidas, and it was like this football camp for the kids, and we used to meet up at Demantha. But like Demantha was the sports school, you know what I'm saying, for everybody that may not know what that is. But yeah, sometimes, you know, we do a Dave East, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah,
We
for
put a
real.
Dave East on them, you feel what I'm saying? We gotta, you know, they think we
for
going
real.
this way, we going that way.
sure.
So talk about like some of the like bookings. Like, you in church? You ever play like for churches and stuff like that?
I never. So I'm real spiritual. My mom always raised me like to have my own relationship with God. So I definitely believe in God, but never was a consistent church goer. I played in the church before on specific occasions where like somebody might have requested me to come play at their church for an event.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
why I asked, because I know like for musicians out here in the area, like church is the main way to like, man, every Sunday is, you know, guaranteed check. You know what I'm saying? Like playing at some church every single Sunday. So I just wanted to ask if you was in that market. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, I never was consistently in that. But I definitely had like some of my first opportunities. Like my first time I got a televised opportunity was in church. But you know, at the end of the day, I just did that off the strength. It wasn't about no like TV or nothing. It was more so just about I had a neighbor of mine at the time who wanted me to come and participate in the event because she my neighbor, so she hit me playing them jumps. You know what I'm saying? She hit me playing them keys and shit. So she wanted me to come and just share that gift with her people because she knew how much they value that. And I didn't know because I wasn't going to church like that. So it was a crazy feeling on the inside. But I visit churches and I play here and there, but it wasn't ever like a consistent thing where I was making income off that. You know what I'm saying?
What about the go-go?
Nah,
Play the
I've
go-go
had people
bands?
ask me to play, but I never was big on the go-go for real. But you know, being around it, I grew to love it. But I never played like in a go-go band. I had a couple reach out to me and stuff.
Yeah,
but
you ain't in the church, you ain't in the go-go. You still a big dog with the keys out here.
that's real.
Nah, like
real.
that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I seen you on social media playing for like celebrities. Talk about that a little bit. Like, how you got in the door with that?
So I want to say when I first started like utilizing, because when I started rapping, it was crazy. I felt like I didn't want to be overshadowing my rap with the piano. So I used it kind of like as a weapon, like that I kept on the low and used it when I was like behind the scenes. So when I started like playing around people, it was kind of like a thing where people would ask me like, yo, like why you don't put your videos on YouTube? Why you don't make videos of you playing on YouTube? And I was like, damn, I mean, I ain't never think about that. Like I love to play genuinely. So it was the thing where I just, you know, I started doing that and then translated it to Instagram. And people really loved it, man. Like, they gravitated towards that, like, 10 times more than they was gravitating to any, like, music at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong. Social media has changed so much. Like, so essentially, like, when it comes to working with the celebrities and stuff, I noticed that a lot of people don't play these songs how I play them. And that's because I think I have an authentic connection to hip-hop. And it translates to my treble clef. You know what I'm saying? So when you got that treble clef, in a way that you can actually articulate it as if it's almost the rapper rapping or the singer singing. And then you got the bass going like it's the 808 and the bass clap. It's like, bro, it's just different. You know what I'm saying? So I started doing that and started building a lot of notoriety. And a lot of artists was finding me online and reaching out for me to come and play with them on their tours or on their gigs and stuff like that.
That's what's up.
That was off social media strength?
Some of it, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Some of it was just being in the right place at the right time, and then finding me, and we locked in organically. Like I could say Polo G was one of the first artists that showed me some real love, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't know each other. I was all the way in California playing at Neiman Marcus. You know what I'm saying? They just had a piano in the middle of the Neiman Marcus at the top floor, bro. Like, when I tell you, this is my first time in Beverly Hills. Like, I never even been out there.
How'd that happen? How you get to Neiman Marcus and play the piano?
Bro, so I was shopping because I was shooting a music video for one of my songs.
Okay.
And I noticed they had a piano. Whenever I see a piano, it's like, it's no way I'm not playing that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna at least try it. Tell somebody to get up off the joint. And it was like, I go sit down at the joint, after I buy whatever it is I was going to wear for my video, I spoke to the guy who had sold me the clothes. I asked him if it was cool for me to play. You know what I'm saying? Because I know where I'm at, and I gotta make sure. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, people like us, they not expecting us to be able to walk in and do. You know what I'm saying? Like what I was doing and stuff. So it was like a thing where I wanted to make sure, but I was, I wanted to play, but I was gonna be respectful about it. So, and the fact that I bought something, they knew I was, you know what I'm saying? So I felt comfortable enough to ask. When sat down, I'm like the only black person in this jump. You know what I'm saying? And I sit down, start playing, and I look up and the whole floor is like applauding crazy. Like I've never like, you know what I'm saying? It just made me feel crazy. I realized like I'm really chasing my dreams out that joint. And people was coming over and like trying to stop me, like trying to get me to get up and everything. Like, yo, you gotta get up. I'm sorry, you sound great, but you gotta get up. And the people was like, no, like they making like a real loud, like they really going crazy for me type shit. So when you got the people on your side, you really can't be stopped, bro.
No.
Like I realized that for the first time because the whole floor, like they all vouched for me. And to the point where they started like trying to play the race game, they was calling the race card now. You know what I'm saying? For me, these white people, for you, like, you know what I'm saying? Calling the race card for me. I ain't trying to call that. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that type of stuff is awkward. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even trying to make it awkward. But it's like at the end of the day, they pulled that card for me. Next thing you know, bro, like the manager come out, she shake hands with me, we talking politicking, and she wanted to book me for the next like month. So back to back, I was getting paid out that jump.
Come on, yo. It's
almost like 2-3 times what I'm getting at a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
That's magic, bro.
Come on, yo.
Like, Slim, I gotta stay out this jump.
Come
You know
on,
what I'm saying?
yo. Feel me?
I almost went back home. Like that was the week I was supposed to go back home, but I ended up staying out there making that money and stuff, and politicking with the producers I was working with at the time. And still working with them too. But at the end of the day, that was a crazy experience because that's how I ended up meeting Polo the next day. And he happened to be in there shopping with his folks. I had like 24 hours left in Cali. I was like, bro, I gotta go back up here before I leave. Man, I just called an Uber, bro. Went out there, jump, walked in, and somebody was like, yo, bro, hey, Polo G over there, bro. You gotta go play. I'm like, bro, I was gonna play regardless. You know what I'm saying? But like for sure, like that's all right. Like at the time, I wasn't even familiar. I wasn't too familiar with Polo because he started like making a lot of noise that year. So shout out to Polo, man. He real cool. His boy, rest in peace, B Money came up to me and he asked me, he was like, bro, that's your piano? I'm like, nah, bro, no, it's not my joint. Like I don't even got a call this joint. Like I'm gonna afford this joint. But it was beautiful to me because I had so many different people taking interest into what I was doing. So when he came up to me and asked me to play one of Polo's songs, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't as familiar as I am now to his catalog. So it was a song called Finer Things. I think that might have been one of his biggest songs, or one of the joints that put him on. And I told him, I was like, yo, I never heard it, bro. Can you play it for me real quick? Ooh. And so he plays it for me on the spot. And like 30 seconds go by, I start playing it. And then that's when Polo came over and was like, yo, like, bro in here killing it, he doing his thing. It's the video on my Instagram and stuff. But that was just so organic, because you don't got, a lot of people be on some like, to like pop and to holler at you or rock with you when they value what you do and respect what you do, what it is that make you different. So I always rock with Polo for that. You know what I'm saying? And it was real organic how that moment happened. So you can make it happen on social media, but those moments are priceless. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So
you made it happen, and you made it happen without getting in somebody's face too. Like they had to appreciate what you had and had to come to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I hear that a lot, man.
Mutual respect for sure.
Do you freestyle like rapping when you play the piano, or do you have songs while you're playing the piano that you rap?
Right. Yeah, I got both. So it's like sometimes, like for example, I just did the pre-Oscars. I just got back from Cali like 2 days ago.
Nice.
And thank you, bro. I did the pre-Oscar show, the macro. It's like it's a macro Oscar party. So macro is like a multimedia company that represents a lot of like talented African American, entertainment people like in general. Like, yeah, they found me. Well, so okay, somebody from a third party found me, but they found me I was at All-Star Weekend the week before that doing an event with Hennessy, and they found me there and wanted me to do that gig. So it was like this all in the last 2 weeks. And so the way I came about that jump was, I want to say, man, I'm gonna be real. I don't know how these people found me this time. I'm gonna be real. I don't know how these people found me, man. But I was, God just has his way, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when I was playing, I say that to say though, at this pre-Oscar event, when I was playing, you know, they booked me to play the keys how I did at the All-Star. But I knew that this time I wanted to switch it up. So I told them on my tech router to make sure I had a wireless microphone so that way if I wanted to go into that, I could. And it was like, I started playing and I noticed, I'm like, Slim, I might as well flow because right now it ain't too much going on. They gonna hear me. Yeah. They gonna feel me. And I start flowing while I'm playing the keys and stuff, bro. Like, it's on my gram too. I got some videos on the gram, but I also got a production company that was able to capture all the moments. So we putting that together so we could upload the whole experience on YouTube and stuff.
That's what's up. You got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel.
Tell the people where they can follow you at.
Y'all can follow me on all platforms at Mawty Maw, MAWTY MAW. That's on YouTube. That's on Spotify, Apple Music. I'm still getting a lot of content together to go ahead and really go on my run. Cause I feel like as of late I've caught in a new wave of I don't want to call it a buzz, cause buzz run out, but I've caught on a new wave of collaborating with mixing the piano with the rap, and I feel as though that now I'm finally at a point where I can connect the two the way I've always wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And
bro, that's a great thing, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cut you off. Go ahead, keep going.
No, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, cause for the longest, like I said at first, I felt like I had to hide the piano. You know what I'm saying? Which makes no sense. Like that's what gave me the opportunity to even pursue rap. You know what I'm saying? So that's you know, I love rap because, like I said, my mom is a journalist. She taught me how to write at a young age, bro. Like, and I was real good with my words. Like, I'm real. How you say? I was very, very like picky with how I worded things, and that's what allowed me to build and cultivate so many relationships at a young age. You know what I'm saying?
What artist inspired you or inspires you?
Michael Jackson was. My folks was a real big Jackson 5 fan, like when they was young. Yeah. So Michael Jackson was always somebody who music made me feel like positive and just good, you know, happy, make you want to dance, make you want to, you know what I'm saying, really be a part of the music. And outside of Mike, I'm just saying Mike to say, like, you know, he was different, man. Like, he's somebody that his music, his messages, because, you know, all in all, my father is the one that I look up to because, you know, having a father who wasn't always around like that in person, but always was giving me so many gems, you know, being a blind, he's visually impaired, yet his vision probably goes the furthest in depth as far as anybody I know. You know what I'm saying? And, like, him having that vision and courage to go out in this industry, which is such a grimy industry that we all know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so the courage it definitely is inspiring. So he first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I might not listen to his music all the time because I'm not the biggest jazz fan, you know what I'm saying? I still consider him to be one of my biggest inspiration. And then I'll say, as far as rap though, Kanye West, Chris Brown, those two influenced my sound a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because Kanye, he know how to give you substance in a catchy way, and that's just not something you come across every day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's somebody that I look up to, especially because he play both sides of the bar, I call it. You know what I'm saying? When you rap and you on the production. You know what I'm saying? So that type of stuff, you'll always be on your business. You know what I'm saying? When you know what's going on the back end, you learn the business differently by being a producer. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists just rapping and then let somebody else handle that. Like, oh yeah, whoever handle that. You know what I'm saying? Like, their manager handle it. They don't even see the business, the paperwork, the split sheets. I know a lot of artists is lit, don't know what a split sheet is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, like, the production, you know, seeing how Kanye used, you know, they didn't respect him as a rapper at first. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just wanted his beats. And I feel like I can relate to his story so much because a lot of people look at me like I'm just the piano man. I had a lot of people that was trying, like, you know what I'm saying, like, say I couldn't do both. And I
put you in the box.
Yeah, they put me in the box, and I'm like, Slim, what have you done?
Was it a lot of people, or was it like certain people in your peer group that you came up with that was like you was close with that was saying that?
Well, it was certain people that, you know, had the most, not many people gonna say it, and articulate it,
Yeah.
but their actions let you know like how they feel for real. But for the most part, like it was a select few people who actually just before they even heard my stuff was just saying like, you know, just talking about, bro, you can't do both, bro. You got to pick one. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to pick one. Like, you can't be doing everything, bro. Like you jack of all trades is master of none type vibes. And I respect it because at times that is the case, but not for me because music is music to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's all kind of, I'm sure you know all kind of people who play, who knows how many instruments. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. But you shouldn't tell somebody else what they can and can't do.
Yeah.
That's how I move.
I think that Alicia Keys factor is like very important in the game. That art of you know, it used to be a common thing at one point in time before rap, before like funk, when it was like jazz, and then you go into like the Duke Ellington era. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's all it was, and that's what it was. That's when like that style was appreciated, and all the way up until now, it's like Alicia Keys, people like you, is like the last was left. Shout out to man Kim Jordan, just somebody else from the area that I knew that's like a beast on the keys and can sing and all that. Like, yo, like that's a I say like a dying art. You know what I'm saying? Or musicianship. Period. It's almost like a dying art. Almost like the feeling when as though we coming up on the brinks of extinction. As far as people who have an interest in taking this up as a discipline or taking this up as a form of mastery. You feel what I'm saying? With technology advancing so fast, everybody's interest is shifting. You know what I'm saying? So like we gotta appreciate guys like this who are like the last remnants of what's left of like the genius of Bach and Beethoven. The way as though they was coming up with all those compositions. You know what I'm saying? Like us rappers used to be writing in the composition books, you know, to compose, you know what I mean? They was coming up with all that in their head.
100%.
And not only the piano section, but the brass section, the percussion section, and writing out all that music from their head, distributing that music to those different sections. Those sections learn it, and then you hear that. That's how orchestra works. So before computers was around, and we was doing this all from our head, this is the last reminder of the greatness of human capability in the evolution of technology, where everything is advancing the way as though the phones is smarter than us now. You know what I mean? So when we look at guys, we gotta remember human genius. You know what I'm saying? I done touch and set up Alicia Keys' piano. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I do like production work. I got booked for one gig and I didn't even know what it was. And CBS was they booked Alicia Keys. They paid her $1 million to perform at the museum downtown in Chinatown. And everybody who was a part of the production team, they got to see the jump. And I seen Alicia Keys, and I got to touch like Alicia Keys' piano and help set it up. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Like, y'all know what that is, bro?
Yeah.
Like, for real, shout out to Swiss Beats, but I was rubbing my face and all that on the keys and all that. No, all that, you know what I'm saying? No, for real. And I was like, yo, this Alicia Keys piano, what y'all talking about? For real. It was all gold junk. You know what I'm saying? Candy paint, gold piano, and it had her logo on the side of the trunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real. Alicia Keys, man.
Alicia Keys, man.
And I seen her perform. Alicia Keys is the last of that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to D'Angelo and all that. You know what I mean? But like rapping and playing the piano at the same time, if that can be done right, oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
That can be
crazy.
that can inspire a whole new generation to like you might be the first, bro. You know what I'm saying? That can be like crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, like I think the way I would do it would be different, but I've seen like guys like I just met D Smoke. He did y'all see the show, what was it? I forgot.
On Netflix?
Yeah, he was on that show.
Yeah.
And it was like a voice type joint. The voice type vibe. It wasn't the voice, but it was like one of the competition joints. Yeah. He won the joint and T.I. was on that Cardi
D Smoke.
And he I saw him doing it. I'm like, oh shit, here I go. I got, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get my shit going. Cause I know they out there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of talented people that just don't get, there's no scope on it. So it's a lane, but doing it correctly is definitely something that is gonna be like very seldom that you come by.
You know what's crazy? You said earlier, what was the quote you said? You said jack of all trades. What was it?
Is a master of none.
Is a master of none. But
say.
people always forget that quote ends in, what is it? Is a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than the master of one. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And the fact that you do both things and you do music production too, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because you got a platinum plaque.
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I like how you broke it.
Right. Right.
How you broke that around.
For real.
You got a platinum plaque, bruh. Talk to us about that, bruh, please.
Man, bro. So that same week that I met Polo and the Neimans, we were also doing collaborations with Cash Money AP. Shout out to bro.
Damn.
And the way that came about, I got a good homie who introduced us, and pretty much my guy Tone, who a lot of people know I'm out with Tone. That's my guy. I started with him back in 2015. We've been maneuvering this game for years together, and he ended up engineering for him through our partner who introduced us. And pretty much Cash, he was pretty much hosting these sessions where he has his producers that come to the studio, or he works with a small group of producers that come to the studio, and he invited us to his session. This is my first time going, and this is the first beat we ever made. Like, I walked in, and this artist named FEID was there. I didn't know FEID, you know what I'm saying? But FEID is one of the, he's huge, and I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking he there to produce with us. And, when he started, like, just, you could tell when somebody's there to, to record, you know what I'm saying? Because the way he worked, he bring his own mic and everything, so he's switching out the mic. I'm like, damn, bro, like, what, he like an engineer or something, or what he do, bro? Like, I'm asking Tone and stuff. I'm like, he an engineer, or he's like, nah, bro, that's the artist. I'm like, oh, shit, okay, that's a bet. So I'm thinking we about to do all hip hop, you know what I'm saying? First joint we did was a Latin joint. It's my first joint with Cash Money AP, bro. Shout out to bro, because it's a thing where for years I used this beats, and just never in a million years would you think, you know what I'm saying? Like, your first plaque gonna happen with one of your favorite producers online, you know what I'm saying? So not even off
That's
no,
crazy.
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even off no clout chasing shit. Like, that shit happened. Like, he invited me through my homies. So it was like a thing where that week was just, it was like a lot going on that showed me how much the piano can really like guide you. You know what I'm saying? So I walked in the room, and I started off the beat, and I started off with just playing I love C minor, bro. Like, C minor is just like home for me in a sense. But I'm all over the keyboard with it. But C minor, I just started off with like a chord, and I'm doing little melodies in the treble. And first thing I do, he's like, I like that. FEID's like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? He never said too much. He never said much, but he was like, I like that. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, damn, all right, bet. So we keep that jump, you know what I'm saying? We run that jump. Bro, it's like one of the most simplest melodies, bro. Sometimes the most simple stuff be the shit that work. Yeah. And, I laid that joint, then we laid like a pad under it, and it's just real simple stuff, bro. Like, and next thing you know, he brings my boy Keo on. Keo gets on next, I believe. Keo did Old Town Road. That's they all real tight. They all real tight. We all tight now. You know what I'm saying? But he got on the board next and did the drums, because Keo drums is crazy. And he did it was like that. Like that's when I knew. I'm like, damn, we really on some shit right now. Like we making some different shit. I had never made a Latin beat. And then Daniel Morris added his elements to it. He's very talented. Remember that name, y'all, because he definitely got it. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Morris got on. Okay. And Cash, my boy Tone, he played the guitar as well. He engineered, mix and master and all that, producer, but he also plays guitar. So he got on and added that guitar element that you hear in the beginning and all throughout the joint or whatever, but that was like the last element. So, and then Cash finished it off with structuring. So this is my first time collaborating with that many people on the beat anyway, you know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show you, collaboration is good. Like, it's because everybody brings something different to the table. And I feel like so many people be caught up in but if I work with these many people, I'm not gonna make this amount of money or this percentage, bro.
I just heard that today. That's crazy.
That's
I was
real,
watching an interview and I just heard that today.
That's real though, because it's like a lot of people that's not really in love with the craft, like we was just talking about. You know what I'm saying? And they chasing money.
What's the name of the record, big bro?
It's called Comment.
Comment.
So it's like COMMENT Comment. And he's flowing pretty much about it's like he talking about like just a girl that he been DMing, vibing with. I ain't gonna act like I know everything he's saying on that joint, bro. Cause I'm gonna be real. I really don't know what he's talking about on that joint, 100%. But I know the vibe and just the way he was flowing. I instantly became a fan because his melodies are so hard and the way he pronounced it and enunciate his words. Like, damn, this nigga, he different. You know what I'm saying? So I can see why they rocking with him. You know what I'm saying?
I heard you say in the interview, this is an older interview, I heard you say you was like, the next plan is to take it international. Did you say that around the time that record came out, or was it before that?
That was years ago, bro.
That was before that record?
Yeah, bro. Like on everything.
Yeah,
so
that's
just,
crazy.
Just seeing how you could really speak something. That's crazy. You found that jump.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. That's real. That jump. Because it means a lot. It means a lot to me. Because like at that time, I was saying it just to set the bar high. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn. Now that I've done it, what next? You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta get consistent with it. So it's like, you know, do it one time, they're gonna say it's fluke. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta double up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
we built a relationship with Fade, and I was just in the studio with Cash, and now we was talking about, you know, working with him again, cause man, Fade lit right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? We made 2 joints that day, but the other one was more like Americanized. You know what I'm saying? So he was just trying to like step into our world with it, or step into that world with it, and see what we could come up with, and it was dope, but. We ended up only dropping that joint, so it's crazy that joint went platinum. It was like a year later when we found out. I woke up at like 4 a.m. because my man calling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, we just went platinum, bro. I'm like, Kill, that's what's up, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Go back
went
to
back
sleep.
to sleep. Yeah, went right back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Woke up, went to school
crazy.
the next day, so
That's
we still working, bro. But that was a dope moment, man.
Did you get a plaque yet already?
Nah, cause you know the way that stuff work, bro. You gotta pay for your plaque, bro. I'm not about to. That's not my song, bro. Like I love the fact that I was a part of it, but I just feel like when I do get that joint, I want to be more like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would love for my first joint to be mine. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thing, bro.
For sure.
Feel me?
Yeah.
But I'm grateful to be a part of that, and I loved making that joint, bro, cause it was special for sure.
How you feel about like the DC rap scene? How you feel about it?
The DC rap scene, I feel like.
Anybody you feeling like? Oh yeah, DMV rap scene. Like anybody you
okay.
feeling? Anybody you listen to right now? Like
DMV rap scene, I rock with. I ain't gonna lie, I'm like one of them guys that still bump the old stuff, bro. Like, I like that 2014, 2015 era. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, my brother AG, man. Like he was.
okay.
To me, he was the most talented MC, like real rap, like lyricist that didn't get the light he deserved, bro. But at the same time, like everybody served their purpose, you know. So rest in peace, AG. I bump his stuff on a consistent daily basis type thing. You know what I'm saying? And I be bumping Fame Reek still. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Fame Reek. To me, he was one of the most talented. Like I felt like he had the full package of what an artist come with. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know, despite all the BS and the politics that everybody be trying to throw on that man, bro. Like, I personally just felt like them two, especially knowing their story, like, if you know their story, and rest in peace, Dollar, too. It's just crazy how life work, bro. I'm just one of them guys that I rock with my guys, and I still listen to, like, I was a big fan of Light Show back in the day. Yeah. Bumping, like, all his yellow tape, white chalk joints.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was, like, Show, somebody I rock with his music. But today the music that I rock with, it's so much music, bro. I don't even listen to the mainstream enough. You know what I'm saying? I be so indulged in my stuff that I can't really say, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't confidently say I listen to everybody. You know, I rock with a lot of people's music, but I'm just not up to date enough to really say like who I'm really rocking with that's doing their thing right now and stuff. Cause it's so many people, bro. You know what I'm saying? But
fashion wise, what's up with the fashion? Like I see you got the man fly coat on. Like what's the inspiration for the fashion?
Oh yeah, this line straps. So pretty much got it on. This my boy coat. You know what I'm saying? Over here to my right. Line straps is something that, you know, me and my boy, we went to school together. We started at Bowie State, and when I met bro, it was like we both was in a position where it was like turning points in our life. You know what I'm saying? So with me, I'm not the big, like typically if I take this off, you see I got on a black hoodie and some sweats. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. And these joints right here, these come out tomorrow, but these is like exclusives that I got at the All-Star. So I just like putting stuff together that's not like, you know what I'm saying? I like to be comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I like for my stuff to match and all that, but I'm not the biggest fashion guy. I'm more so just about supporting my people and rocking with what I rock with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the biggest fashion guy, but of course, I was inspired by like people like Chris Brown, like the way he puts a lot of his fits together with his videos. Like the music kind of dictates where I go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm shooting a music video and the vibe is like on some classy shit, like cause you know I'm on the piano, so a lot of times I might want to suit up and put a nice suit on, black suit on, but then mix it with the hip hop. With the shades or something, like your shades, I rock with your shades. You know what I'm saying? Like them type vibes, cause my dad wears shades. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
my pops, he wears shades on the piano. Like I say, my pops is visually impaired, so he always wears shades. So I rock shades. My it's crazy. My man just hit me the other day. He was like, "Bro, do you wear that shit in tribute to your pops?" I was like, "No, not necessarily, bro. But now that you say that shit, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I do."
Dog, like I see a movie about your pops, a movie about him, and then from him having you to the point where you what was that that point of the ironic point.
Oh, when I started like taking the piano and mixing it with the rap.
Yeah, and the point now to the point all the way up to the point where you made it to the Neiman Marcus.
Oh, the Neiman Marcus. Yeah.
I was starting from your pop,
My
boom,
pop's name
having you,
Marcus too.
and then
My pop's name is Marcus too.
Dog, I would do something with that, bro. I would do something with that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
For real, bro. That's real.
Facts. I would do something with that.
That's
Facts,
crazy.
bro. I see that because that, man, it's so many beautiful stories, man, from the artists from this area, man. It's like, man, if y'all don't tap in, man, Mawty Maw. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
You know, the first Mawty Maw we know was Martin. This is the second Mawty Maw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
He one of my favorite comedians too.
For real, for
For
sure.
sure, man. Yeah, he from the area too, man. He from right here.
He went to Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Right where I grew up at.
Yeah,
I grew up right over here.
Is there any like restaurants and stuff you be messing with out here? Like any special restaurants that's like that's your vibe or you know?
Man, that's a good question. Bonefish Grill, that was my vibe for a minute. Like I rock with the bang bang shrimp. The bang bang shrimp fire.
Yeah, that thing is
fire.
fire.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, shit, Sardi's was a go-to at a point. Cause I started taking what I eat real serious. Bro. Like I was rocking with the wrong shit, man. If y'all seen me like 5 years ago, man, niggas wouldn't recognize me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I was on some.
Proud of you then, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
and
sure,
it's like,
man. Proud of you, bro.
And the thing about it is like I started noticing, you know, when you eat better, it's like you almost have more energy in a sense, like where it's like you are what you eat. So I got what they were saying with that, and I just started wanting to, you know, perform better and be able to work on my breath control throughout my performance and stuff. So I started training and taking the gym serious. Yeah. And I just started, you know, I realized like, damn, I'm working out, I'm going hard in the gym, but I'm going home and replenishing with Chick-fil-A, man. That don't add up. Yeah. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like a fat butt, no thigh. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to match up. That's like an improper fraction.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I started like trying to just really take myself serious and in all aspects and dig deeper on that side. So Sardi's, I rock with Sardi's just because number one, the people, the staff rock with me. So they show me love. They throw me a plate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What's your go-to dish? What's your go-to dish at Sardi's? I got mine. What's yours?
I go quarter chicken, dark chicken, and then I go green beans with the. I substituted the rice out for the Brussels sprouts.
Oh, you like me then? You like me? I get the chicken breast. I get the quarter chicken. And I get the Brussels sprouts with the broccoli.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's fine.
No rice.
Broccoli like that. Yeah, no
Sorry,
rice.
we gonna see y'all on the invoice.
Yeah. That's
But
crazy.
y'all have had they steak and cheese though?
Sardi's steak and cheese.
Go to Sardi's and get their steak and cheese and Sardi's, man. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
on fire.
Facts.
Yo.
Steak and cheese and Sardi's, because I still got tired of getting the same things like what else they got.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, Sardi's, I'm gonna send y'all an invoice.
Yo.
For real.
Hey, X. There's a spot. My man just put me onto this joint. Fish Scale off of U Street.
I gotta try.
Fish Scale off of U Street. They got a fish steak and cheese. That joint was crazy. I'm trying to tell you. And they cook everything in avocado oil too. Yeah,
I gotta
they
try
really
that
off their
drink,
healthy stuff.
That's
yeah.
different.
Yeah,
That's
check them
different.
out. That's
tap
yeah.
in.
Try that. I had a salmon drink, you know what I'm saying? But like
Salmon?
fish, like whiting or something.
No,
like that.
salmon too. They got salmon
Oh,
too.
yeah, salmon.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I started rocking with the salmon too lately.
Mm-hmm.
Different.
It's
I never
lit.
thought I would.
So, bro, like, did you ever play sports coming up too?
Yeah, well, I used to. So that's a good question too, cause so my cousin, we like 8 days apart. We born 8 days apart. His name Anthony Cowan. He played at Maryland for 4 years.
Yeah.
But when we grew up, he was playing for one of the biggest AAU teams in the area, DC Assault.
Yeah.
So I grew up playing, being with them. You were, that's a family sport of ours. So like that's the biggest sport. Like we love basketball, and growing up, I hooped with them, like trained with them, like just be going on the road with them. Never was on the team officially.
Yeah.
It would be times where they would throw me the jersey so I could get in free. But I ain't never really play on the team type stuff because my mom I was just too embedded in the music to be able to like
You ain't want
consistently go on.
and you ain't want to mess
Yeah.
these up. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't, but at the time, I ain't gonna lie, like, I ain't know I was gonna be doing everything I'm doing right now. I ain't know, you know what I'm saying? But I knew I loved the piano and stuff, but I had no idea where I was going with it, to be honest. I just wasn't thinking about it.
I saw you film a video in there. They be showing you mad love.
Oh, at Maryland?
Yeah.
Man, so, yeah, bro, like, man,
to us
shout
about
out to
that.
Maryland, University of Maryland. It's crazy. I ain't get in, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get into the school. But, God has his way. Like, I wasn't meant to go there. I go to Bowie State, and I'm proud of that. And my cousin, he played at Maryland for 4 years, and he broke a lot of records up there, man. He was phenomenal player there. He left his mark for sure. And a lot of our family members went there, too. So it was like we already had, like my aunt, she teach there. You know what I'm saying? It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Aunt Lenny.
Happy
I couldn't make it to the party tonight. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to come here. You know, I'm serious about
Oh
the
man,
business.
appreciate
you, know what I'm
you,
saying?
bro. Appreciate you,
Nah,
bro.
that's love,
For
y'all.
real, man.
But she, the family's embedded in that culture there at Maryland, and so the way that came together was they wanted to bring the swag back. They said that was their exact words.
Bring the swag back.
Cause Maryland, they've been going through like I'm gonna word this wisely. They was going through a rebuilding process. They wanted to revive the audience with a fresh energy, and over the
For the
years,
Terps.
yeah, exactly. And over the years, I had already been working with the football team and sending them my music that they would use for their online media, their social media posts.
Yeah.
And that just you led from one connection to another and stuff.
That's what's
And
up.
so next thing you know, they hit me up and they wanted to do an official song for the basketball culture, not just the team, but the culture. So they played my song in video. They shot the video for me too. And man, bro, shout out to my guy Connor and Mike Farrell over at UMD. We did something, man. We did something legendary with that because I don't think anybody's ever done that in NCAA history. So they play it every time. Every time the team come out the tunnel, they play the joint on the jumbotron and I built my fan base again through sports. You know what I'm saying? I got a new fan base.
that's
And
tight.
good look, y'all. Appreciate that.
Tight.
That's
tight.
dope, bro.
I seen you quoted KD, right?
Yeah. I
Okay.
quoted KD.
Okay.
Just a youngin from Maryland trying to get it. I felt like
Yeah,
that quote I
yeah.
can relate to, specifically coming from the All-Star weekend, just because like I grew up loving basketball, but that wasn't for me to walk that path and play. You know what I'm saying? At a high level or anything. But at the end of the day, it just goes to show you if you stay true to who you are, you'll find your place in all these things that mean something to you. You know what I'm saying?
I will say that living in the city, being from the city, living in the city, and moving to PG County, I will say that like that was the place to be for. If you played football, you wanted to go to like PG to accelerate. You know what I'm saying? Or go to the schools out there like Riverdale Baptist and Tacoma, whatever. You know what I mean?
Nah, for
And
sure.
DeMatha. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And yeah, PG. And I know Bowie was like one of the places that was like, yeah, it's a lot of ballers in Bowie, whether they football, basketball, Bowie High School and all that. You know what I'm saying?
That's another way, like, to answer your question earlier. Like, you stay out of trouble doing that type of stuff. Like,
Yeah, everybody
know?
we was in sports hard back then. Football, we every season we was track. I ran track, played baseball, football, and basketball at one point in my life. You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
Nah,
Yeah,
definitely, bro. You know what I mean? But then like music ended up being my sport. You know what I'm saying? Practice ended up being, me writing raps. You know what I mean? But like, I was at a crossroads to myself, even with practice, because it was like that's the time I was in the streets too. So it was like, dog, do I want to go to practice after school? I'm staying in school longer and all that. Like that logic started popping in my head. You know what I'm saying? When I started getting exposed to like other temptations. Then once I bit from that tree, I wanted to be over there with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm not about to go to practice, man. I'm about to, man, woody wop, man. What? You kidding me? Holla, I'm already cool. You know what I mean? I'm doing other things to leverage the popularity that the guy who's scoring touchdowns got. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So it was that battle, but thank God that I still had that discipline, and I still, boom, I'm going inside to write raps. You know what I'm saying? I bought a karaoke machine and was recording myself in my mom's closet on 2 tapes, recording out of a headphone, using the headphone as a microphone. You feel what I'm saying?
So,
like old school shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, bro. Like the ambition to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like that was greater than the temptations of the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And it's like, damn, like
Yes, sir.
that's real.
Yes, sir.
I'm wild. I ain't say Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne would make me want to rap.
Oh yeah, Wayne.
Me too, bro. I ain't gonna.
Crazy.
I'm wild. Yeah.
Weezy.
Nah, for real, bro.
Nah, for real. It was
That was my
Dedication
favorite
4.
rapper.
Dedication 4 was what made me want to rap. Cause just hearing him take other people's whole songs and turn them into a whole nother swerve was just, and then the wordplay, it almost made it like a game. I stopped playing 2K. I just wanted to see how I could piece words together, you know what I'm saying? Put little similes and analogies together, you know what I'm saying?
Like that was our Tetris for real.
Exactly.
Like for
No,
real.
for real.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah.
You know, I just met DJ Drama 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
That was like a full circle moment.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause he don't even know, like, I ain't even telling this, but it's like you really don't know how many, bro, you could touch so many people with music, change their life, bro. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying, man?
Yes, sir.
Shit is amazing, bro. So
Cannon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
bro, I was wilding not saying Wayne. It's hard to say your inspirations when you got so many people. You
So
know what I'm
many,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah,
For
like,
sure.
real.
For sure.
Good shit, man. Culture Over Corporate TV. Mawty Maw in the building, man. Tell them where they can follow you at one more time, bro.
Y'all can follow me on all platforms at Mawty Maw. That's MAWTYMAW. I'm on all platforms, all streaming platforms, man. Tap in with me. I got a lot of content on the way. And I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you,
Much
brother.
love, man.
Make sure y'all lock in, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Click the like button below and all that, you know what I'm saying? And tune in, man. Culture Over Corporate TV, y'all. Gown.
Y'all.
Culture Over Corporate. XO, baby. Dave on the beat.